Breaking news. The December Visa Bulletin has arrived with major updates that could reshape the path forward for thousands of families and workers waiting for their United States immigration process to move. The new bulletin brings meaningful advancements in several family and employment categories, including important forward movement for Indian applicants in EB1, EB2, and EB3. Today we break down every confirmed update released by the United States Department of State, outline the changes in final action dates, the shifts in dates for filing, and explain what these adjustments mean for applicants planning their next steps. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe, like, and share to stay connected with United States UPDate Immigration, where we bring you verified immigration updates without delay. The December 2025 Visa Bulletin sets the tone for the upcoming year, and it starts with a significant reminder from the Department of State regarding numerical limits. According to official reporting, the fiscal year 2026 limit for family-sponsored preference immigrants under Section 201 of the Immigration and Nationality Act remains set at 226,000. At the same time, worldwide annual employment-based visas hold a minimum threshold of 140,000. These limits directly impact how priority dates move and how quickly applicants in oversubscribed categories can advance toward approval. As demand continues to exceed available visas in many categories, priority dates become the essential factor determining when applicants can move to the next stage of their journey. The bulletin explains the structure of final action dates with clarity. For any oversubscribed category, the final action date represents the priority date of the first applicant who cannot be reached under the available numerical limits. When demand spikes or exceeds expectations, the State Department may retrogress a final action date to ensure overall visa allocation remains within statutory limits. In such situations, supplemental requests for numbers are honored only if the applicant's priority date still falls before or within the newly adjusted final action date. This safeguard maintains balance throughout the allocation system and allows USCIS to operate within legal boundaries. The bulletin reinforces another crucial procedural instruction. Unless USCIS releases a separate notice stating otherwise, applicants seeking to file an adjustment of status must rely on the final action dates chart. This chart determines when an applicant becomes eligible to submit an adjustment of status application. If USCIS authorizes the use of the dates for filing chart instead, applicants may be allowed to file earlier, but this is only permitted when explicitly announced. For December, the Department of State directs applicants to continue using the final action dates chart unless USCIS indicates a change for family-sponsored categories. The bulletin includes several date movements for Indian applicants. The F1 category, which applies to unmarried sons and daughters of United States citizens, now stands at November 8, 2016, as the final action date. This category has historically seen slow movement due to heavy demand, and the updated date reflects gradual progress. In the F2A category covering spouses and children of permanent residents, the final action date has advanced to February 1, 2024. This remains one of the most favorable family-based categories, reflecting continued prioritization for keeping nuclear families together. The F2B category, which includes unmarried sons and daughters of permanent residents aged 21 or older, shows a final action date of December 1, 2016. The F3 category for married sons and daughters of United States citizens stands at September 8, 2011. These slow-moving categories highlight the long-term backlog affecting extended family reunification pathways, particularly for India, where demand continues to exceed available annual visas. Dates for filing for family-sponsored categories also provide some guidance. These dates allow applicants to begin preparing and submitting documentation earlier than the final action dates would otherwise permit. For Indian applicants, the dates for filing chart lists F1 at September 1, 2016, F2A at November 22, 2025, F2B at March 8, 2017, F3 at July 22, 2021, and F4 at December 15, 2006. These dates offer applicants a clearer roadmap for assembling the necessary documents and preparing for submission to the National Visa Center. Once notified, applicants can move forward with the next steps in the process. The employment-based categories show some of the most significant and closely watched changes, particularly for Indian applicants. The EB1 category, also known as priority workers, now lists a final action date of March 15, 2022. This indicates continued forward movement after previous periods of slowdown, offering renewed optimism for individuals in high-skill roles or internationally recognized professions. For the EB2 category, which includes advanced degree professionals and individuals with exceptional ability, the final action date stands at May 15, 2013. The EB3 category, covering skilled workers, professionals, and other workers, has a final action date of September 22, 2013. The EB4 category for certain special immigrants is set at September 1, 2020. This category includes a variety of unique classifications, including certain government employees and religious workers. The bulletin confirms that the date for certain religious worker cases also holds at September 1, 2020. The EB5 category for employment creation investors shows a final action date of July 1, 2021. This category continues to remain one of the more stable pathways, especially under regional center programs that aim to stimulate job growth within the United States. Dates for filing for employment-based categories provide additional insight into the forward movement expected in future months. For Indian applicants, the EB1 filing date is April 15, 2023. The EB2 filing date is December 1, 2013. The EB3 filing date is August 15, 2014. EB4 applicants, including religious workers, receive a filing date of February 15, 2021. For EB5, the filing date stands at April 1, 2022. These filing dates indicate the State Department's projection of demand and signal how soon cases may progress based on the supply of available visas. The Department of State also emphasizes that the dates for filing chart reflects the period in which it is reasonable and necessary for applicants to gather and submit required materials to the National Visa Center. Only applicants whose priority dates fall earlier than the dates listed may begin assembling documentation. Once the National Visa Center sends official notification, applicants may proceed with their next steps. This system is designed to keep the process moving efficiently and avoid backlogs caused by delayed document submission. The December Bulletin reinforces the importance of monitoring both charts closely. While the final action dates determine when visas may actually be issued, the dates for filing provide a preview of what applicants can prepare for in upcoming months. Movement in either chart can significantly impact how applicants plan travel, employment, family transitions, and document preparation. For many, the changes in December bring renewed clarity and a sense of predictable progress. The updates for Indian employment-based categories are particularly notable this month. EB1 movement reflects strong demand, but a healthier pace of adjudication. EB2 and EB3 shifts show continued backlog pressures but also incremental advancement, which may reflect improved processing capacities or recalibrated estimates in annual visa allocation. The stability in EB4 and EB5 suggests steady demand and predictable processing environments, which applicants in those categories typically depend on for long-term planning. Immigration attorneys and analysts will continue to monitor monthly bulletins for further developments as the 2026 fiscal year progresses. Each update reflects the balance between statutory limits, global demand, and shifting processing priorities inside the U.S. immigration system. For applicants waiting in line, every advancement, even by a few weeks or months, brings meaningful progress. Stay with us here at CSAT-E for the most reliable immigration news delivered with accuracy, clarity, and professionalism. Before you go, make sure to subscribe, like, and share so you never miss a critical update that could impact your future immigration plans. We will continue tracking the next Visa Bulletin and all official announcements to keep you fully informed.